Okay, we're back again, guys. Trying to get out some videos today. It's been a little while. I want to talk about estimates. I do a lot of estimates a week. I probably do, I don't know, 12 on site at least. And then back at the office, I'm doing, geez, we could do 20, 25 estimates a week off of blueprints. So for commercial estimates. But what makes a good day for me on estimates? And they're not always good. Some days I come back dragging from being out on the road, and I'm like, what the heck just happened? It was just a boring, slow, monotonous day. And usually it comes from this. So these are the best estimates for me personally. Number one is interaction. I know that sounds crazy because people called us. They called us. I didn't just show up on the door and start knocking. Hey, I'm here to do an estimate. And they had no idea why I'm there. They've called us. Hello, we need an estimate. We went through all the questions. I come out, show up. They don't look me in the eye, which sometimes is a red flag to me. They'll shotgun run me through the house. I mean, just run me through the house. Hey, we want this wall done. Don't do that wall. Do the baseboard. Don't do that baseboard. Do that door, but not the other side of the door. Do that room, not this room, that room, that room. And then at the end, they'll say, oh, can you itemize that all for me? Well, that's impossible. It's just impossible. I just ran through the whole house. Maybe I should have said, hey, you need to slow down a little bit. I try not to be rude. Or the other one is I'll knock on the door. I'll wait. And I'll wait. And I'll wait. And somebody will open up the door and you know, peek around the door and say, can I help you? And I say, I'm here for the estimate. And they look at me like they have no idea who I am. We've confirmed it through email. We've confirmed it on the phone. We've talked to them on the phone, and I show up, and it's they never heard of me, or something happens. So then it's an exterior, so they'll say, "Oh, just walk around the outside and let me know how much it costs." That's horrible. That's horrible to do for your house, and to me. There's just no expectations. I mean, I could have just ran around and threw up a price up in the air and. Hopefully we get it. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we don't because you didn't come out and show me and I don't know what your expectations are. So interaction is really important. If you call somebody to come out to your house, have the respect to express what you want on your project. It's the only way to get what you want. If I call an electrician up and I know I need an outlet in this room, I need a light in the other room, I want to put a ceiling fan up in the other room, and he shows up and I'm too busy because I'm taking a conference call and I say, oh, just go look around, you'll figure out what you have to do. That's not fair to him. I wouldn't do that to somebody. It's not fair. And if you have a budget on the projects, it's definitely not fair to you. He has no idea what he's going to do. He's going to raise up that price to cover himself. Or on the back end of that, he's going to lower it because he has no idea what's going on. And by the time the job starts, you're either going to get hit with extras, or you're going to get shoddy work, or you're going to have not all the work done that you wanted. Number two is the customer actually being at the estimate. That sounds crazy, but this is a big one for us. The customer must be at the estimate. The customer who called here, the customer who's going to choose who they pick to do their job must be at the estimate. Not a friend, not the grandmother, not the mother, not the dog. The person who calls me and wants us to paint their exterior of their house or their interior of their house or their business, they must be on site. The reason being, again, it comes down to expectations. I might say that 100 times. Without me knowing what your expectations are, there is no possible way that I can give you the job that you want. There's no possible way. It's not cookie cutter. We're not McDonald's where you just go and order number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 all the time. We have different painters on each different job. We use different materials on each different job. There's different applications on each different job. One you might spray, one you might have to roll. It might be stain. It might be what's on there last time. What was the last coating? There's a lot of questions. Time frame. For epoxy floors, for instance, time frame is a big factor. How long can you stay off of that floor? If you say just run out there and give me a price and you're never there, I could be using a totally different product than what your project really needs. You have to be on site. We had a policy where I wouldn't even come out if you're not on site. We let that go sometimes if it's a previous customer, somebody I have a working relationship with that I know, and I do know their expectations, but even then it's pretty tight. It's not going to happen for somebody we've never met before. Number 3 is to have a discussion of expectations. Again, we just said that. But that's really, if you go back to the video on general preparation of surfaces, interior or outside, unless you walk around with me and we go over every little detail, once that job starts, who knows what's going to happen. So be on site, expectations, and then a discussion on money. I know nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to talk about money. But I tell you, if you talk to me about money, we can save you money, but we can save so much time for me and for you to make sure that we're actually a good fit and I can do something within your budget. And if not, no harm, no foul. There's other painting companies. I'm sure somebody can work within your budget. But if you're getting 4 different estimates, 5 different estimates, which to me is a little crazy, and you're getting all these different prices, and you had one from this painting company, Painter A, for $5,000, Painter B for $4,000, Painter C for $7,000. Then you call us. And one of the questions is, what have you not heard from other painting companies that you want to hear from us? And invariably, it's, we want a better price. Well, okay, I haven't been to your house yet, but what prices were you given? And we wait. And they say, oh my God, I can't tell you that. Well, why can't you tell me that? You've already got 3. None of them are good that you want. Maybe you're looking for $3,000. Maybe you're out of your mind. Maybe it can't be done for $3,000. But when I show up and I know that you got a 7, 4, and a 5, and you're not happy with the pricing. I'm not talking about who you met. This is all pricing. So you're not happy with any of these prices. And I know when I show up, boy, this looks like it looks like Painter C got this right. And I say, hey, you know what, Painter C was pretty close to what it should cost. So, I mean, maybe we could do it around $6,500. My first question is, were you comfortable with any of the other painters? Did you have a connection with them? And then I'll say, well, we can be around $6,500, and that's to do it correct with the products that you asked for. But personally, I feel that Painter B, and even Painter A are very low on your project. I would question how they're going to do this for that. It's either going to be they're using subcontractors, subbing it out. They're using lower quality paint. They're not insured. They're paying a guy's cash, or no workman's compensation. So that's why I like to ask that question, and why you should want to know that information. If A and B are way off, and I'll tell you, be honest with you, C is probably right around the ballpark, and it comes down, we're 65 and they're 7,000. Who do you feel more comfortable with? Simple conversation is money. It could also mean, hey, you know what? I'm not even going to give you a price because I think we're probably around 10. And I just want to be honest with you. So, but to have me guessing and I come out here and just waste some more time and just throw out another price, that's not fair to us. So all we ask is just be honest. The last thing that's most important is be available for a follow-up call or a follow-up email. There's nothing worse than we spend a lot of time, we come back and do an estimate on an exterior, it might take an hour. So we had an hour there at your house, an hour here at the shop, got to send it out, we have follow-ups, phone calls. We've got 4 or 5 hours into your project and we make that first phone call and it just rings. We leave a message, we never hear back from you, and we chase you for 3 or 4 weeks. Just do us the respect. We're coming out for free to do an estimate, that you're available for a follow-up conversation. And most of the time it's going to come back to this, that we want to talk about money. And we're always available to talk about money. I can explain to you why our cost is what it is, and that's what you need for what you explained to me. And if you need some cost savings, how we can do that by taking some things out of the project, or maybe doing things a little bit differently. So that's my top things to make an estimate good. Talk to you later.